think I missed my exit. Hold on. Yep, I missed my exit. So now I'm going away. I've never gone before. It's Monday morning. Exactly 1 week until my birthday. I want to make this video to be like an update on my
weight loss journey.
I don't want to call it that. What do I want to call this? Why am I at such a loss of words? So in my last video, I told you about how I'm starting to change my meal plans and my diet, and that's the same thing. So I told you about how I'm changing all my stuff and doing things with my body and being better and being healthy. It's been a month exactly since I've started. Kind of a roller coaster of events. Not really events, but like mentally. Don't look at me! Mentally and emotionally and physically going through changes, like trying to figure out what I want to do. So this video is not going to be funny. It's not really going to be like, it's kind of more on a serious note. Okay, I'm going to get real. The original incentive behind why I wanted to do this meal plan and diet plan, and again, that's the same thing, workout plan, was because I have been hating my body, hating my body so much. I've been looking at old pictures of myself from like 2 years ago, like,
oh my god, I was so skinny and I was so pretty and oh, my hair was so nice and my makeup was so nice and oh, my body looked so good and oh my god, look at all these likes that I had on my Instagram pictures and now I get none and oh, it's just not the same anymore and
so basically this change was surrounded with hatred for who I currently was, and I didn't realize that at the time. I was masking it with health as the incentive. Like,
oh, I just want to be healthier. I just want to be back where I was, you know? Like, I just want to, like, fit into this one skirt again. I just want to be healthy.
So I changed my diet really strictly. Changed my workout routine really strictly. Stuck by it really strictly, and got really down on myself if I derived from it. So like if I had a couple of tater tots with my salad at lunch, I'd be like, wow, I'm a fuck up. I'm really fucking everything up right now. And a couple weeks in to doing this, about like my third week in, I was laying in bed looking at these old pictures of myself, getting really upset. Like really upset, like, why don't I look like this anymore? Why did I let myself go? Why did I stop caring for myself? Like, what happened? And I started remembering how I felt about my body back then. Like, so I tried to think, like, how did I eat then? What was my workout routine back then? Like, I need to get back to that. And I realized I hated my body and I hated my image more than I do right now. Well, I mean, okay, not right now, but like at that time, a couple weeks ago, I hated how I looked even more. But on top of that, I was incredibly unstable emotionally. I was insecure, manipulative, and I was controlling. I was clingy. I would cling on to whatever good was in my life. I was stubborn. I was rude. I was just, I don't think that I was the best version of myself emotionally and mentally. Like how I came off, I was just not a good person. And it was because I was masking the pain and masking the insecurity and masking all of the bad things that I felt for myself, because I didn't want to be vulnerable. I didn't want to let any walls down. So I kept up this appearance, and I did my makeup all big and wild and crazy and posted a bunch of like fierce looking selfies and like full mirror length body pictures, and I wore these tiny little dresses, and I searched for validation on my looks through likes on Instagram pictures and comments and compliments from people, and it made me feel really, really good about myself, and that's the only thing that made me feel good about myself. I couldn't make myself feel that way. I wasn't comfortable in my skin. I wasn't comfortable without makeup. I wasn't comfortable without being dressed up. And I had excuses for it too. Like, I everywhere I went, I was done up. Not all the time, but I was always presentable. And my reason behind it was because you never know who you're going to run into. You never know who your next boss is going to be. You never know who you need to network with. And I still, to a certain extent, believe in that. But I was using that as an excuse to overcompensate for the lack of love and self-validation and self-esteem that I had for myself. And I exuded confidence, and I had this very strong atmosphere around myself. I gave off the impression that I was very tough and very strong on my exterior and very confident and very beautiful and very this and very that and blah 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 blah, but it was all a lie. I mean, no, it wasn't all a lie. I am a very confident person. I am very beautiful. But it wasn't, what I was showing wasn't real. It wasn't true. It wasn't me. It was me putting on a show of me and displaying it as though it was the truth so that I could receive validation, so that I could then feel better about myself at the end of the day. And that's the place that I was trying to get back to, because I didn't remember how hard I was on myself. I didn't remember how mentally unstable I was. All I see is a really nice, tight fit body that looks 30 pounds lighter than I am today. And I was thinking about why don't I do the same stuff today? Why don't I post full-length body pictures in like provocative poses and do a ton of makeup and all that? And don't get me wrong, I still do full-length body poses, but not because I need validation, because I look fucking good. Like because my outfits are cute, or I want a funny caption, or I just want to show off like how proud I was of, you know, my outfit that day or something, you know. Like I still when I do makeup, I still post pictures because, you know, they're fun. And it doesn't feel, when I post them, it doesn't feel the same as when I used to, and I don't get as many likes as I used to, and I got really upset. Like, am I not as pretty? Am I not as good enough? Am I not the same? And no, I'm not the same at all. I'm not even close to the same. The reason I don't do that stuff is because I found how to love myself. And Darius really helped me with that. He was a really, really, really big part of that implementation, because, you know that saying, you can't love somebody else until you love yourself? Well, I struggled with that, because I would, you know, claim that I loved him and claim that I love all these people, but I hated myself. And he was like, well, it's not real. It's you have to love yourself first. And there were a lot of months where I was battling myself internally fighting myself and fighting my hate for myself and finding the love for myself. And finally I popped out the other end like a brand new fucking baby out the vagina. Like, oh shit, I'm wonderful. So I found out how to love myself. And the first thing I noticed was that it started with, well, I don't know how to put this, but I stopped feeling the need to post pictures of myself because it just wasn't the same. I didn't feel like I needed that validation. Granted, when I did post pictures of myself and they got like no likes, I did feel really upset, but that's still something that is just part of this modern day society I'm trying to get over, whatever, it's work in progress. And then after that, I stopped wearing makeup for a long time. And I really I got to know the naked me, the vulnerable me, the walls down and open me. Like, I had to reconnect with who I was. And with that, I got comfortable. I lost a job a couple years ago and it set me into a depression, and I gained a lot of weight because of that. So I feel like the weight that I'm working off was gained because of that. But the reason it hasn't been worked off since then is because I just love myself. Like, I'm great. But I do. I love who I am, and I'm comfortable with who I am. And see, that there's a blessing and a curse with that, because being comfortable with who you are is such a beautiful thing. But I should still probably make sure I'm healthy. Like, So I'm finding that balance within myself. Finding the medium between being comfortable and making sure that I'm still healthy, but for the right reasons. So about 3 weeks into my my little weight loss, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I realized that my goal was wrong. Like, just the worst kind of goal. I set an unhealthy standard for myself. I posted a picture of, when I started and said, let's come back in a month, and today is a month and we're still gonna come back. But I wanted to have this like crazy reveal where I lost a lot of weight and like, oh my God, I look so fucking fabulous. It's just not realistic. It's not realistic. And I don't want to hate my body again. I don't want to hate how I look again, and I don't want to seek validation from others. I don't want to go back to that kind of mindset, and I felt myself getting there, and that's how I knew I needed to switch up. And I was afraid to switch up because I didn't want people to think, oh, well, that's just an excuse for you to not eat healthy, or that's just an excuse for you to not go back to the gym. And that's not the case. I still eat relatively healthy. I'm still going to the gym regularly. I still plan on losing the weight that I gained. I still plan on doing it, but I need to do it for the right reason. I need to do it to continue to love myself, not hate myself because I'm not where I used to be. And I think that's really big of me. Like, I think that's a huge milestone for where I am mentally and emotionally, to be able to not only recognize my negative faults and recognize the weaknesses that I have in myself, to acknowledge the problem and fix it before it becomes a legitimate issue. The last thing I want to do is fucking fix myself again. I don't want to go through that. Like, I've already done it once. I need to just stay on the right path. And I am feeling more confident about that. So what that means for my meal plan and my workout routine, I need to give myself wiggle room. If, you know, I get home from a long day at work and I really, really, really don't want to go to the gym because I just want to lay down and rest. I don't want to feel like I need to kick my ass. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm a piece of shit if I don't go. I want to be okay, and I want to be comfortable with knowing that, like, it's okay if you don't, you know? Like, as long as you regularly and consistently go, it's okay if you don't go today. It's okay. And, you know, if I have something not as good for lunch, right, instead of just my salad or, you know, whatever, that it's okay. Like, I'm not a bad person for, you know, for eating regular, right? And that's what I was getting to. I was getting to that point where if I didn't go to the gym, I felt guilty and I felt like a bad person, and I felt like,
well, I'm fucking useless, because if I can't do it, if I can't just go tonight when I don't want to, then that means I'm never gonna fucking do it. I'm never gonna lose this weight, and I'm just gonna be a fat little shit forever, a little piggy. Oink oink. Oh my god, I'm worthless.
Now, I was getting to that point. I was at that point, and I don't want to continue. And that I knew that something had to change. And so I reflected. I looked at myself, and I said, "What the fuck is your goal? What is your goal? What do you want?" What I want is to be happy and healthy, and that's it. I'm already cute. I'm super cute. You know what I'm saying? I have a wonderful, wonderful man who loves me. I don't need validation from anybody. As long as I love how I look and he loves how I look, I don't need anything. I don't need anything else. I don't need anybody else's 2 cents. You know, it's nice. Thanks for the compliments if you give them to me. But I'm not dependent on that kind of stuff anymore. So that's where I'm at. This is a really, really long video. I'm sorry, but it's real. I am being vulnerable. I'm opening myself up, and I don't know, maybe you appreciate it. I don't know. Anybody who's watching, sorry if this is boring. I don't know. Maybe this is too real for you. Maybe this is too TMI. I don't know. But I'm hoping that maybe someone else out there can relate, and maybe they're going through the same thing. And, you know, I don't know, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a fucking person. Well, that's it. That is my update for now. That's where I am. That's my deal. That's where I'm at. That's blah, blah, blah. So if you got this far, you are real as hell. Thank you. I love you. And I will catch you on the flippity flop.